Hello. Let's check the volume. Let me shut the door. Got my drink. Hello, hello, hello. We have some things to work on tonight. This is Coyote, Sirianstaroracle. Glad to have you, whoever tunes in to check in for the tools. And those tools that I want to share with you tonight, which will empower you in lots of cool ways because they can be fun. And the emphasis is on more fun, and the importance of you. 1 second. Okay. So, I have my drink with me, and I have some stuff, and my cards are a little over there. Let's see. I guess that will be not too bad. It's a little bit glary here. I have to like hunker down, and that doesn't feel my chair's not the right thing. Did I do it? No. Ooh. Let's see if I can move this around. It won't be so bad. It depends. Maybe we'll get this. We'll get this at some point, right? Well, bear with. We are going to pull the oracles. These guys. And let's see where I am. Hello. Hello. No. What time is it? 65. Okay, that might work. Not. All right. So, if you're new here when you discover me, great, and thank you. Stick around for at least, 8 to 15 minutes to get a gist for tonight. I just want to keep my phone charged in case I have something to look up and share with you. Oh gosh, this is so awful. It's a TikTok. Someone is cutting their hair. It's really bad. So I'm going to bring up just different things today that happened, which will all be with the theme. So I'm Coyote. Tonight is Tuesday. It is the 22nd. We're still, I think, having lots of effects from the portal that we just went through. It's still an intense time on the planet. Some people are calling it March Madness. I have some things to share that are relatable to the tools that I want to introduce you to. And some of you may know, but perhaps this will trigger some interest. So last night I was sharing a card that I had about how it can be of service. I might bring that back up just for a little bit. That's not the that's not the real bit of the topic that I want. So today, a lot of interesting things happened in my world, and perhaps it happened for you too. And that's exactly why I want to introduce tools that I'm reminded that I want to start. And I'm going to start tomorrow, even though I don't have the actual little books that I want to write in or relay this information in. But I'll work on getting them tomorrow. And if you don't, start with a piece of paper. And so just for now, I'm going to make an example to kind of show you. So let me just, I love these hard. I'll probably end up going back to Michael's and getting these. But again, I'm going to make a point. And when I do this, just try and pretend it's a full page. So let's see. how I want to do this. I think I'm going to just do that. Okay, so for your tools, you'll need either writing paper in a folder to put the writing paper in, or if you want to go to a dollar store or your Walmart or a pharmacy, if you just have extra paper lying around, I'm going to mention several writing avenues or tools that actually are helpful energy tools to help you as energy maintain positivity, manifestation, noticing serendipity and really cool things that are happening in the day. And, maybe make little notes. When you have, for example, a little notebook where you can do automatic writing, which we'll go over that. Automatic writing, daily gratitudes, prayers, like, how can I put this? Dreams and serendipitous actions that actually happened in the day. So we'll start with that. If I think of another book, but I think that's how I want to do it right now. So let me just kind of do an example. So now you can do this differently. I'm just giving you a suggestion, and I'm going to actually show you my notebooks or books as I get them. So dreams and okay, and then we have is there another one? I thought there was a fourth one. Maybe you could also do that one separate. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you get a book. And it can be any kind of a writing. I mean, this one is mixed media paper. It's heavy. It's not a huge lot of paper, but you could find something on sale. You can actually go and get your loose papers somewhere and then put them in a 3-ring binder or just in a folder, a loose folder. Or you can go to the dollar store and get a notebook with lined paper, any size. And so when you have your book, it'd be really cool. You have a book and you've got your gratitudes, dreams, and or serendipitous events, like really cool events. You can title it anything like that. Automatic writing. And you might even have a notebook that talks about, I'm just going to write this cool stuff. I'm going to write it my life and cool stuff and me. You can have any title like my life, my great life, my fabulous life, my cool stuff in me. And what those notebook or paper would be about, so there's 4 right now here, is the dream of the life you love and you're living. And you write about how good it feels. You can write about it in as great a detail that does not disturb you. Hey there, Deborah. That does not disturb you. That does not thwart you. That doesn't make you feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot going, oh, that can never happen. So my great life, you could talk about, and let me just pick something really easy and general in a sense where it's not shooting necessarily anybody in the foot. It really feels good to walk along the beach. I love coming here every morning. The sea air smells so great. And even though it's too cold sometimes, I love dipping my feet in. After a while, I get used to it. I love hearing the gulls and watching the sunrise. And every now and then, I absolutely love taking a dip because as I start to walk, it gets a little humid. I love my town that I live in because there's really cool little artsy stores. And I have a couple of places I like to have my tea and coffee. I have a little job that affords some sociability. I love meeting new people. In fact, I have a lunch date with someone new. We're just going to have a little snack. Pretty nice. I really love this town I live in. It's close to so much, and yet I have some privacy. I really love that I can walk on the beach. I can drive and find a park to go to. My neighbors are quiet, and yet we're all friendly. I feel very safe. My landlord is a great landlord. Things are just unfolding so easy for me. Now that can go in my life, your great life, your amazing life, your great life and your cool stuff, and you could go in that book. And you write about the things that you want to be with and have, and it can be anything. Usually in a book like that, you have several sections like house, travel, exercise, health, wellness, love, romance, love, relationship, finances, money, career, everyday. You can name it different, like, everyday hobbies of joy. So you have different things that you'd write about. You can have different sections or just highlight the title and write about a little bit that day. And specifically have some pages that are geared to that which you feel you really want to see and you just feel yourself stepping into. You don't have to know who, how, what, why, where. The clearest you can be with yourself, the better that is, because your brain, the computer, doesn't know what's real and doesn't know what's past 20 years ago or 5 days ago or the now. We're emphasizing the now because time is speeding up so quickly and things can come into your manifestation much more quickly. And because you are the key, you are the importance in the world. You not only have the right to be here, you plan to be here right now with all the wild things that are happening that are extremely historical and people know about or don't, extremely awful, that sound awful, that you know about or don't, and the complete truth of the blend of horror and the blend of blessings. And what you want to do is, of course, feel your feelings, but I'm talking about the manifestation that you choose to. And that would be a separate grouping of the notebook or the stack of papers that go into, a coveted pile that you feel good to look at. So I would say get a notebook because you can write the way you want with it with a big, bold pen or marker. And in that, and that's about your cool life, your amazing life, the stuff that you want, the amazing feelings I have for this brand new adventure. So you call it my great new adventure. You see this book like you would on your desk, maybe keep it at your breakfast table or where you normally would turn to, where you might do mantras or what people call prayers or meditation, and spend 3 and 10 minutes writing. And then when you found something you really love to manifest, read that and feel it. Because the reading of it and feeling of it bring it closer. And if you feel up to it, say it out loud. Say the things out loud that I just said. And yes, and you can even remark back to you, that feels really nice. And you could even say to your angels, what do you think? That feels really nice? Oh, yes, that feels really nice. So this is a tool to help you with the importance of you in this now for more fun. Let it be fun. If a moment comes, if I would say honestly, do this every day. You could do it a couple of times a day or do it, just say you're going to report Monday through Friday, for example. You might give yourself a day off, but revisit it because It is what will assist you. It is your importance. It is your buddy. And our angels are watching, our invisible helpers are watching. And so a lot of times we don't give enough time to our stuff. And yet, if I were to think of the time, I don't want to call it wasted, but say you're surfing the internet or having an extra long conversation, or maybe you were waiting in an office for your turn of appointment, um, things like that. Or you bring it with you, so oh, I really want to grab a cup of coffee here. They have tables because now we can go into most places. Go in and write. And you don't need a whole lot of time, just that little bit of a window. And so it might end up looking like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but it gives you that time to honor yourself, the importance you are, the tools, and let it be fun. Fun is the key word. If you're not able to do this right now, I'll talk about it in terms of my life, and I'll share that with you so that it becomes an easy example to live into. Now, I had gone to Michael's just before here. I did my grocery shopping, as I said, or tonight's supper. So I didn't choose to go back to the dollar stores. And actually, now I think about it, there would have been one across the street in the plaza, but I was feeling a little rushed and I wanted to come in and eat. And I wanted to give you some physical examples of what I'm talking about. So I went to Michael's, and it kind of wasn't the price point I really wanted. And I was talking to myself what I really wanted to do for a notebook. And then definitely at TJ Maxx or Home Goods, that wasn't quite right. And I didn't really want to just get one. I kind of wanted to have 3 to show off. So that's why I'm just bringing and saying, in Michael's, they have mixed media books of different sizes. And, you may say, okay, I've got $20 or I've got $15 and I'm going to look for something. And you can make that work. And sometimes in clearance they have it. Or you could just go to the dollar store and get 3 notebooks. You could find yourself at Walmart. You might find something you like. And at TJ Maxx, they had little notebooks in 3s that were like $5. But I wasn't quite sure that that's exactly what I wanted, and I didn't want to rush into it. I figured I have a day, but I'll give you examples, so I wasn't showing up without a physical example. So the next one I wanted to do is gratitudes. I think during this time, to help us maintain as positive a vibe as possible, it is important to say gratitudes, and you may say them out loud already. Saying them out loud is very important because we're hearing. And if you get a chance to write for 3 minutes or 2 minutes or the 10 minutes, and gratitudes, and this may be, spin off from, doing a little bit of work on your cool life, your cool adventure, my amazing cool life, my amazing stuff, my cool adventure, however you want to call that, the dream of your life that is, because the veil is so thin, because of the importance of you. We can do this. You may have even an insert in that book, or you may do something separate that's about gratitude. And with gratitude, you don't have to really write sentences. You can just kind of jot and list. You might write the word angels, guides. You might write my car. You might write, bathroom, toilet, hairstyle, fuzzy shirt. You might, friend Judy. You could write like your cat's name. You don't have to write the complete sentence. It's just whatever comes into your mind that you are grateful for, that you are appreciative of, and just write the word because it triggers you saying that sentence within yourself or out loud. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the clouds. I'm even grateful for rain. I'm grateful for the plants coming. I'm grateful for the season change. I'm grateful for my pillow. I'm grateful I can brush my teeth. I'm grateful I can get to the store, buy groceries. I am grateful for those dollars in my bank account. I'm grateful for that gift of dollars. I'm grateful for my friend showing up with a present for me. Forgive me, that's not a cue for you. Sorry. So it's just whatever you're grateful for. It can be the simplest thing. It can be the crackers that you're eating. It can be that you pet your cat. Just jot down the word. It can be a small sentence, but jot down the word. I'm grateful for my card reading. I'm grateful for my blonde hair. It can be anything because it's important to you that you feel gratitude for. It can be anything. the way you see gratitude. It's fine because that does something to our chemistry. It really adds health to our chemistry and it prepares us for more good. In fact, even if you can say, I'm so grateful for my new home, it's so wonderful, thank you. You do that, you do the gratitude for the thing that has not come into your exact hand and pocketbook and key when you feel so good, you feel certain, you are so grateful, appreciative, because that's the next step you're stepping into is being grateful for the best that hasn't even happened yet because you are knowing, you are attracting, you are feeling into it. And you know, with all the little things that have happened, like the toilet flushes, the shower's great, I've got my cereal and milk, went to have my coffee. Wow, they had the yogurt I want. Thank you for my pillow. I really love sleeping with this blanket. Now you're ready with all that practice every day to say, wow, I love driving up to my new home. Thank you so much. I love my new partner. We get along so well. Our romance is such bliss. Thank you. I love being with my family each weekend because we have a laughter. We have great food. Thank you so much. And now you haven't been with them next time or for that party. It's okay. It is you mastering the now, the importance of you with more fun, more aliveness, with accent on more and fun and good and you. So, dreams and serendipity. This is something I'm going to talk about a little bit because I have been not that great with dreams because I feel like I gotta get the pen, I gotta put it by the book, I gotta put the book on the bed. I have to get up. I have to remember my dream. You know what? Chill. Try it. Or maybe you have a desk near your bed. And maybe it will call you so much with a little time. You'll be writing parts of the dream you remember as best you can, because sometimes dreams, as clear as you see them, are a little bit hard to articulate. So again, jot what you can, or you could speak into your phone if that works for you. But writing is good because it engages us in such a way that moves blocks also within the body. So writing is really good. And write so you can understand yourself. So you might have to put a little light on, but ease into it because the dream state is a teaching state and you're learning something about yourself. You're learning that which needs to be let go. You're learning something that's giving you information about something to do next. Sometimes they're really just strange and they put us on a wild ride of symbolism. So you can just give it up to that. It's true that it also may reflect feelings and thoughts, judgments, happiness, all varied emotions that are helping you understand you in how you perceive something or define something and give you clues as to who you are and how to proceed next. It's very individual. And when you share the dreams with someone, it may be either important to find someone you like and trust and that they help you see dreams from a different perspective. Certainly, sometimes putting these things away and just keeping them aside while things percolate is good because it's also a way our angels will be speaking to us and giving us information about ourselves, our psychic ability, and our trust around our intuition, psychic ability, and what serves us next, and us being important, and tools from the toolbox from your life that really help us, empower us, and support us. Now, serendipity. So you could have one book that, the front of the book, you might do dreams as you remember them and they come up each night, that you've got the book closed, that you actually stumbled from the bed to get to the desk and wrote, strange dream, all in black, was driving, clouds, people I don't know, but they seemed real, heard them talking, I felt really good, but it was odd. I was floating a lot. You could write a little bit and then leave yourself some room in case more information comes to you, after you wake up officially in the morning. The other end of the book, so you don't want to get two books, you could write serendipity, really cool things. I mean, miracles, serendipity, unexpected good stuff, because that stuff happens. And today I have a lot of serendipity, for example. And my serendipity was things like the driving was, excuse me, fucking wild, nutty. And I had to think, was I driving nutty or was I just experiencing the nuttiness of other people? I don't think it was completely me, but I was having this around me. I wasn't getting smashed into, but like almost. And I was seeing that people were today, for me, in a super, super hurry and not paying attention. So I felt very protected in my car as I traveled, especially driving a little bit as I did for Lyft and had people with me, different riders with me. I felt very protected. I felt like I was so looked after. People like, I'm driving my car and I'm in that intersection. And the people in back of me that drive like closer than the piece of hair on your head, and they want to just zoom thinking you're going to turn when you're assessing the intersection. And for those people, they are going to be in big trouble if they hit you because it's your car. Yes, you have the right of way. Yes, you're making a decision, but they're too close. They're too heavy on the pedal, and that's why they hit you. And they're not aware. They're not being aware. They're just seeing straight ahead. They're not taking a bigger bird's eye view. And you have also a little bit more advantage being that 6 and 8 feet, 3 feet, a little bit forward. So I'm just saying I had a lot of serendipity happen. I saw my dentist. Yes, I did have some kind of maybe a little bit of a chip, but everything was cool. I don't need to, get anything majorly fixed. It's fine. It's not really bothering me. It's just that I had that experience of like it woke me up. I was dreaming at the time. This is like last week or 2 weeks ago now. And it woke me up that I was dreaming a dream, watching the dream, being in the dream. And at the same time, simultaneously, I felt a little piece of tooth or something like break off or leave. And I swallowed it, which is like I was talking to the dentist at the same time, aloud, in my bedroom, half asleep, mostly asleep, thinking I was calling the office because I wanted to call the office because I know I was really tired and I wanted them to have the message. But I was finishing the dream in my mind. It was very, very interesting. So to write these things down is like really cool. Oh, as the blonde go to my roots, I needed oil in my car. And I never need oil in my car because whatever I usually get my car serviced, it's like I got the oil or it's right at the right timing. Never had the experience in years of needing oil in my car. So I needed oil in my car, which the light came on and I heard a bing, bing. And I thought, oh, that's the rider in the seat, the other day, whatever it was. And it was not that long ago. So maybe today it happened and then yesterday it happened or Sunday it happened something like Sunday and then maybe today. And, I thought it was not my car. I'm not seeing a red light go on with the icon of the oil, but I did. And I started to speak to my mechanic and he started to educate me. I was like, I wasn't worried, really. I wasn't nervous, really. I said I was. It was more like, oh my God, one more thing. What do you do? What's going to happen? What? Blah, blah, blah. It's like getting a little bit ahead of myself. So it kind of talked me off the ledge. And I was able to go to what's called like Advantage Auto or something like that, Advanced Automotive. And Mike, my friend, this cool guy, was working. Give him a hug. Can I have a hug? It's like, yeah. And he gives me his discount because I end up needing like 2.5 quarts of oil. He also snuck me to their bathroom because they knew we were going to share the bathroom. But and the guys knew. They let me use the bathroom, which is really awesome because I really needed to use the bathroom. So I had that happen. I had a lot of serendipitous events, and I wanted to, start to record that because this is also noticing gratitude. This is also noticing prosperity. This is also noticing your intuition, your energy, and how you align and have things happen to your benefit. So to really do these little assignments each day, first on paper, organize your pile for those, put them in a folder, or staple some together. Don't have to be fancy. They can be 8 by 10 pieces of lined or not lined paper. They can be notebooks you've had before, and maybe there's some paper that you don't want, and it feels cool. Just decorate it with the words and maybe a picture that you might kind of have a magazine, or maybe you have a photo, or some little trinket, some little bauble that you stick to it, and it's inviting for you to go to, and it resonates with your joy, your happiness, your tool. It resonates with your more and more fun. It resonates the importance of you. So that's all. You're making it fun for yourself. Not like I should do this because I want to be in 5D and I really want to strive for, being in the seventh dimension and I've got angels I've got to live up to while there's bullshit. No, no, no. Do it because it's fun and feeling good. So the other thing that I want to suggest is, if you're willing, and I'll cover meditation another time, but if you meditate, or put those 3 to 15 minutes aside to be quiet, whatever, it might look like 2 minutes. I mean, literally, you could put on a YouTube song that feels right for you, something gentle. It doesn't have to be specific meditation music. It could be, like for me, it's fairy music or Celtic music that's really kind of cool and interesting. And you can just let it play and just sit still. Just sit still. Or you might think of a word, like think of love, or think of ease, think of kindness, think of angels. Just be with the process. Very, very easy. But we'll go over, meditation another time. It's just what this is leading to is automatic writing. Because after a few minutes of quiet and asking questions, you could take a pen or pencil, and I would encourage a pen, really a pen that you really like the color of. But I would say blue. It could be a marker of some kind where you can actually see, what you write easily. And ask questions, and you might write the question down. Will it rain today? And you feel a no, or you feel a yes. You might talk about, what's going on with so-and-so. And let whatever comes through you, write it. Let it be easy. And you might even say, do you want to give me an answer? And let yourself receive an answer. Now, part of the automatic writing is also, protecting your chakras, just that you're looking for. I'd like to, have the highest and best information that serves my greater good, coming from the source of all, the God of all, the infinite Alpha, Omega. You set it up very gently. Your angels. I'm speaking to Archangel Michael. You want to just set your field of protection, and that you're getting your information from your angel, Archangel Michael, or let's say Jermaine, or Jesus Christ. That this is the highest and best information that is for your highest good, from that which is mighty, kind, and noble, the love frequency that rules all galaxies, dimensions, timelines, and circumstances. And for me, I'm hearing clarity, and I'm so appreciative, right? And you'll know if you will be receiving an answer, yes, no, because it'll be very clear. Or if it's like stalled, maybe ask a clearer or shorter question, or just sit, or revisit that another time. But the automatic writing can give you insights into your own intuition, things that are happening serendipitously, and also perhaps guide you and be a mirror, so that you are the psychic, you are the key, you are the intuit, you are the master. What I show up here is to lend a kind of bridge for my own, and really offering it to you, your own mastery. You are powered by the stars. You are the key. You are the slice of the most magnificent high. You are God, Goddess on earth. You are the power within, without, and around. You are the force and in the force. You are the eternal you in a human form, having an experience with other blobs of all kinds of creatures, human or animal or not, from any dimension and timeline that you wish, because you're willing to be open and communicate. And also you attached to you, the higher self of you, the higher version of you, put here to have the experience to evolve and mold and morph into that master that you're meeting already there, but on earth in the now. Isn't that cool? Isn't that great? So these are just my ways of writing those particular topics. I'm going to keep this aside, and tomorrow, the next day, as I've written them and have them in books, I'll just you reiterate this just a little bit so you can feel comfortable. You don't have to run out and get 4 notebooks. So you can use paper, you can start. When you do get a notebook, if you should, take the paper you were writing on and just tape it in there. Tape it to a page. That was your first page. Put it down in order, because sometimes you may want to go back and look, like what happened on, March 22nd. What cool thing happened? What was my dream on March 22nd? Automatic writing, what did the angels say? Now, some of it may look sloppy at the beginning, but as this is a personal book to you, probably get clearer because you're wanting to reread and know your messages, or rethink upon that word or sensation that was given to you specifically. You certainly can draw or put an image inside if you want. It's your book. You can tape a piece of selenite in there. You can make it as lovely or simple as you want. You can paint on a page. So I'm going to be showing what I'll be doing, but I wanted to get you started with this thought, and the thought to take a look at, well, I don't want to do all that, but I'll do gratitudes. I can write that on paper and then put that in a book and see how the next several months go. I can remember to write 10 things. I can remember each morning to write 3 to 5 things I'm grateful for. Brushing my teeth, my pillow. I say my pillow and brushing my teeth and my blankets because those are easy, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful I have nice blankets that are cozy. I'm really grateful when I want to use a pillow, it's there and it feels good under my knees or behind my neck. I'm really grateful when my cats sleep with me. Now, sometimes I'm not, but I'll just say I'm grateful when my cats are cooperative. Because they're like the little children, they'll roll all over you and take your space, just like any big dog. At night, they'll take your space in bed. So your gratitudes, your dreams, and serendipitous, cool occurrences, your cool, amazing life, the flow of your amazing life, however, your amazing adventure, whatever you want to write. And then automatic writing, but you could label it the guides say, or questions to the angels. You could label it in a way that really works for you. So I'm going to keep this aside for now. And remember, kind of like yesterday, I was talking about those things that we can live into. And so you might even want to write this in your daily gratitude book, or in one of the books you might want to write, what can I give away today? And you might want to either carry that like this with you, or you write it in one of the, not just the page, but maybe the cover of the book, or you stick it there. And how can I serve others? How can I serve the universe? What's the greatest thing I can do for the universe and others today? How you can remind yourself of being kind to myself and others. How will I notice my practice of being supernatural? Oh, the serendipity, we could call that synchronized events. And I talked about feeling gratitude, talking about gratitude out loud, and just taking time to notice and being open to the space around you. And again, I'll reiterate, Dr. Joe Dispenza does have a meditation, which I think you can actually find on YouTube, or he may even have put it somewhere on his Facebook page, so you don't have to go buy it. That is, if you were interested in buying it. And I don't really remember how much it is. If it was like $12 to $23, I don't really exactly remember. I think Alignable has some of his work as well, and Alignable is, on diet, not Alignable, excuse me. What's it called? Audible. Audible is one of those sites that I think it costs $14.99 a month. And what you get to do is you get to hear all kinds of books in meditation, like things that you may not want to buy, but you want to test out. But it's so you can You can have like 3 books, I think, for free or more. And sometimes they make suggestions, but it's, how many books do you read in a month? But it was something I did for a while. So you can call them and you can find out about Audible. You don't have to sign up for it right away. You can actually call a representative and see how it works. And sometimes they give you a month free. So that might be a way to go. They'll give you a month. They give you free or a free free week, 2 weeks a month to see if you would like to, because they have nothing to lose. They're trying to, invite people. Oh gosh, I think one of the cats wants to do something. So forgive me, I'm going to be right back. Hold that thought. Did you want to go out? Did you want to go out? Thank you. So I wish that's a little bit clear and helpful. I'm going to show you examples of to actually get the books to write in. But I was feeling like I really do want to get up early in the morning and I want to have a little time sequestered away from myself so that I can actually initiate a little bit of this. And if I get up even early enough, my plan is actually to walk 10 to 20 minutes and sometimes 40 minutes, seeing what I will now, I'm going to commit to a walk every day. It can be just a little bit. And I'm not, now, if you know you don't have time, whatever, sometimes that means parking farther away from the grocery store entrance, like further down the parking lot. So you get a little bit extra walking in your day. And that counts because you are walking and you're not looking for the first 2 and 5 spaces right next to the door. You're actually going to pick, that 20th parking space down. And I understand sometimes it's cold, it's raining, but if you have been bundled up and stuff, just do it because it's good for your health. It could be fun. You can make it fun. So that's just an offer of suggestion. So I just want to report to you what I'm doing because I think these are tools that because we're in this physical body and it's such a great time to start to move the energy, these tools help us move the energy, recognize our importance, manifest in this now quickly because time is speeding up to have what we want quickly. And it's like a wonderful therapy where you're not paying money for a therapist because the therapy of traditional therapists want you to repeat over and over. And you don't need to do that. But to yourself, it's very cathartic to write. It moves energy. It's very, very wonderful. And I'm not saying you have to put the hour, but maybe in that hour that you might set aside, you can get a little bit of writing done. You can take a 10, 20-minute walk. There's a meditation time, which we're going to go over differently, not tonight completely, but that I've mentioned it. And that helps setting your day. The only thing I want to add to this particular self-chosen list, if you choose, is when you're just before your feet hit the ground, hit the floor, the carpet in the morning as you get up. Breathe and say, thank you. It's going to be a very good day. Now, if you feel icky, sad, depressed, something's hit your mind, maybe that was a last minute icky thought before you went to sleep, or because we're being bombarded by lots of information and energies, just breathe and say, no thanks. I know that will serve me to help me get track, be more positive, but you're going to say, no thanks. I do not consent. I'm a warrior of light, or I know who I am. No thanks. And say this will be a good day. And then call upon your particular guide or angels or name or high self, whatever word works best for you, and say, help me with this. That's a little bit troublesome. Help me with that because I really want to think something good. And just by the mere fact of today's going to be a good day, that was an old thought. That was not my thought. I thought I'm going to hold on to. Thanks anyway. Say something silly to yourself. Do something. Change the energy. If you put your feet to the floor, say, thank you, it's a great day. Go, oh. Right? Go to the mirror. I love you. Go to the mirror. I'm cute. Just change it. Now, in that moment, things will start to change. You may still feel a little wonky, but just do it because you've begun the impetus to change it, and you've really changed it if you've decided. And then you can go start your, coffee maker, or you could be starting to feed your cat, or putting your pillows or blankets a certain way, or your sheets a certain way to get ready. Stumbling, getting to the bathroom, or picking out your clothes. You've already told yourself today is a good day. Today, I'm going to find something wonderful. Today, I don't know how, but money is coming to me. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to remember something wonderful, and it's going to help me into my XYZ. You need to give yourself, well, I'm just going to say, you need to give yourself a little pat on the back and a push forward, because it's healthy. It's masterful. It is positive in the sense of uplifting you. And you're retraining yourself that you are important. You're powered by the stars. You're looking for more fun. The emphasis on more fun and you and your importance, right? Because that's what I wrote in the title to bring up to you. And so we're going to ask the cards, some insight into our importance and more fun. I'm going to just set this aside, that which I was sharing with you. What's going on with one of the cats? I'm not sure. They're trying to open a drawer or what they're doing. I'm not sure. So I asked for cards that would help with the theme, just in terms of attracting people to come here. But I will read what they are, and we'll show you what they are. They're very, very beautiful, and they're all great numbers. So one is a 10, which is number 1, and one is an 8, which is the infinity symbol, the money support, that consciousness is supporting you, the yin-yang balance, which also too can translate to that. But I'm trying to feel like which one came through first. And I suppose it doesn't really matter, because these are not cards that I spread out the cards and I just said, what would be really cool to help as part of the theme, and, bring everything to the cohesiveness together of the importance of you, and emphasis on more fun, and what the cards would have to say about that. More fun in our lives, more fun that is you to bring in, and the importance of you in this now. The importance of you in this now. So my throat is just a little bit getting wonky. 1 second. There was the tendency today to not dress as warm because the sun was so bright. It was very cold in my area. So I definitely at times did not dress warm enough. But later on, I did also put my coat on. And I did go for a little walk. I also, when my car thing happened and we put 2.5 quarts of oil in it, I know that I probably only drank 1.5 of these. So before I go to bed tonight, this is going to be drank again, because the symbolism of putting the oil in the car is multi-leveled for me, putting perhaps more water into me, inviting more good into me, more fun into me, more fun at me, for me, through me, and also the importance of me. That hence the title of the importance of you in this now. So let's see, this is going to be very interesting. Let me get my glove. All right, so number 1 is straight like an arrow, strong, assertive, individual self-discovery, know thyself, the power within, a great start to new beginnings, let go of old energies. Maybe we've been choosing some old, it's been hard for us to move along, which is why I brought up these tools to help empower, support the new. Now, these tools or these suggestions are not new, but right now, in this now, a very strong manifesting, these can remind us, be our buddies, so that you're not alone. And the very act of doing them reminds them of your power at this moment. It supports all that. It also shows you back how you're manifesting, what thoughts you're more harboring, what side of the equation you are more visiting and revisiting, visiting and revisiting. Yeah. So embrace changes, right? Embrace changes, make changes and new beginnings. And so we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Where's that? Oh, it's right behind me. Here it is. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. So it's called in this tarot deck. It's called Fortune's Wheel. Destiny meets synchronicity. What have I been talking about? Right? Been talking about synchronicity. I was talking about where's the word? Do I don't. I'm not planning this consciously. I mean, I plan to do certain and say certain things, but serendipity, synchronicity, synchronistic events. That's what also dreams, synchronistic events, or the serendipity of things that happen that support you, that give you more information about your path, your power, your daily stuff that's going on, all the nuances that are there to support you, so you're not alone, you're not feeling alone. So, destiny meets synchronicity. I am in awe to experience many meaningful coincidences that prove to me that spirit has my back. These lucky breaks and moments when things just turn out perfectly show how we're all connected. Everything's connected to everything else. My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. I love this card. I kind of want to carry it in my car, right? My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. You are powered by the stars. So let me show you Fortune's Wheel. It's really galactic. Isn't that kind of cool? Yeah. And there's the number. Can you see the number 10? There it is. So Fortune's Wheel. This is really good. Thank you for you. Thank you for showing up, because this is all connected. Okay, so now strength, number 8. Excuse me. 8. Abundance, prosperity, infinite supplies what you need. Sign of success, empower yourself. The 8 boosts your self-confidence, the energy flow of money. 8, the infinity, everlasting circle, God number, everlasting, millennium upon millennium, time without end, everything immortalized. You are immortal. This is so good. So here we have a lady, a princess, noble, virtuous person, and the lion, strength. Okay. Strength, endurance. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine, appropriate timing. I have the courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow spirit to work through me, I'm strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle, inside or out. This is, so the writing and all the tools of writing, the more fun, the importance of you, these daily little assignments. This is an inside job of understanding. So the outside radiates and permeates everything, which the infinite does. That space is not only around us, it's in us. We are space. Since at the smallest subatomical level, we're all one big blah, one big amoeba, one big pulse of the infinite. This is so cool. I couldn't plan this, right? I'm just doing it in front of you. Page of air. It's water, fire, air. So, page of air. I don't know which they put there. It's page of fire. Whoops. Oops, keeps skipping over. That's water, earth, earth. Here we are. Sorry, now I'm at the page of air. All right. Whew. This is so beautiful. Look at her. Freedom, aliveness, joy, the universe at my command, expression, noble, light, page of air. See, get that even better. New ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity, new focus. So what am I presenting today? A set of, we're revisiting ideas, new ideas maybe you haven't done in a while. So new ideas, a theory not proven, curiosity, new focus. This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That's interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? If you take these tools I've mentioned, the dreams and serendipity or synchronistic events, the gratitudes, the automatic writing, and the big one, writing about our charmed life, writing about our great adventure, writing about how cool our life is. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? These will all mirror back to us where we're at, these stepping stones of empowerment, support. And as that happens, it helps you when you're morphing and changing in your higher destiny. It helps you learn so you can go out there and be the example, not just now and then, but on a really regular basis. This is what the mastery thing is about. This is not about, yes, we're always going to be at school. We're always going to be at school when we're on earth. However, we invite the masters to help us into our mastery so that our school is a higher frequency of understanding, and we're not in first grade anymore. We're not in college anymore. We're an example of the mastery in mastery. You have more lightness and golden overtones of miracle happening because you've mastered an understanding of your power. And there's no going back to sorta. There's no going back to just in case. There's no going back to I hope. There's no going back to praying on your knees in 50% half doubt because you're begging. There's a certainty about that which you intend, that which you see. You take your power and you step in it. It's when I studied acting and you breathed into the script that you were about to perform in front of your class. You had no time to be a peer. You breathed into your full body and into your heart. And as you looked at your partner on stage and grasped the words, you breathe, and the authenticity of those words come through in your own voice, in your own sound. That's present time acting, life as if. Because you are present to the energy that's being pulled up from the breath. So acting's not Oh, to be or not to be, that is the question. Now, that might be very comic and intended, but it's more like to be and not to be. That is the question. You're pulling it up from your soul. So, this is what the page of air is. It's new ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity and focus. It's taking the tools and being open to that possibility that is you, the importance of you. It's taking you and having more fun, creating from fun, noticing all, not only your gratitudes that are, but all the synchronistic, the serendipity, those coincidences that make your miracle, that make you the miracle in action. You are shown up as the God, Goddess, miracle, immortal that you are, practicing stuff through the human and your divine connection. Whoa. These words that come to me, and I'm really so pleased. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say about this. What is going on? What? Cat wants attention. What? You can go on the bed. Go to the bed. Go up. You have things. You have food. You have everything. Go to bed. Keep it company. Come on. Follow me, follow me. She wants me to follow her while she eats out of her dish. Now, I don't know, I don't think she likes it where it is on the porch, and she likes to have it be in the kitchen. But I'm not leaving right now, and she's not going out because we're not going to do that. And she's not starving. She's gone every day eating, so she's okay. She's just a baby. She wants her way, like we all do. So no, she can wait. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Okay. What will the cards speak to us of the importance of us, the importance of you, and more fun, the more you, importance of you, fun, more. I'm just going to say, what 2 or 3 cards, or however you want to express it, what cards point to this lightness of suggestion, or what insight you have to give us over importance of you and the tools and the fun and the more fun. Oh. Mm. So I have 4 cards on that card. Let's see what we got. Probably a couple of these I'm going to read because I want to get a good association. These are also some cards I haven't gone yet deeper in them, where I'm trying to go deeper into my own study of my own cards and their history and everything that I'm reading out of this book, even though, let me see if I can show you, like sometimes the author has just written a little bit of the background of what the image might represent. And of course, she has a tagline. That's very helpful. There are usually 2 to 6 places or names within the body of that short paragraph, and they all speak to the history of this particular painting that she did. So there's so much deepness and depth to everything she's done. Nothing's like an accident or haphazard. So let the guides and the cards speaking to the importance of you and the more fun and accent on more fun. Okay, so let me see. I don't know where my other pen is, but let's just, for the heck of it, use one of these cards right now because we'll write down the numbers as well. So we have a 7, which is, it's 3, 4. So 7, which is prepare for spiritual awakening. 21, which is 3, mind, body, spirit. Things happening in threes. Let's see, 1, which we've had before, so that's really cool. We should look up. 11 is a master number, but we'll look at that. We'll take that in consideration. And 49, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is 4. Then we're going to have a 10. And we're going to have 5, 15, which is 6. So tonight, 11. So I want to include the other numbers as well. I think I'm just going to leave those aside for now. And I'm just going to go with this particular thing. Because I have not been including tarot numbers within the body of what the oracle says. So I'm going to leave those numbers aside, except to say that I also got, one was a 1 and there's a 1 here. So I think it's okay to share that master number with us. Okay, so don't be a victim. I am going to, where is it? Where did I put my stuff? I think this came up last night when we talked about don't be a victim. Watch out for empty enchantment and false promises made in the heat of the moment. Love should not require sacrifice. Responsible choice can prevent tragedy. Don't be a victim. I feel that what I'm going to take from this in terms of the importance of us and more fun, and that you, the importance of you and more fun, and emphasizing fun and more, is don't be the victim. That is, we are learning to take full accountability. And by doing some of the exercises I said, those writing assignments, those tools a little bit every day, you are fully becoming even more aware of you. You're honoring yourself. And when you start to know yourself more, it becomes very easy to not play the victim, not be the victim, not fall back into patterns of blame somewhere else and stay there. Certainly your feelings will come up and you'll feel them, and you might like to revisit a pattern that's old and worn out, but you know too much. Because you're writing the life that you want to live into, because you're giving gratitude, because you're taking stock of the dreams and the messages that are coming through, and because of synchronistic events, the serendipity that you're attracting in your life to remind you of your power and how to use your power. So don't be the victim. Responsible choice can prevent tragedy. Like today, I could have stayed, well, my red oil light keeps coming on and I hear bing, bing. And I could have said, well, they should have fixed that, so I don't know why it's coming on now. But really, it was the car speaking to me, and check the oil level. And I was either afraid to, or I felt like one more thing, and I had to just, okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this, and I know where I'll go. And I was so like, I wasn't driving, I didn't have to stop on the highway outside of Boston. The car didn't get overheated. If that car got a little overheated, that engine was done. If I had let that go, if it was too long. And look, this is Right there, this has been bothering me. That is a space in my tooth, and there's nothing there. It's just space. And I think it's so interesting because I'm noticing it. It's space. So I thought this was something I ate, and it's not. It's just, yeah, this is my tooth. It's space through the teeth. All right, anyway, this is Rasalka. So, and this has it has to do with an opera, and it has to do with loss and a story of love, basically, where she needed to trust herself, and I think she doubted herself. I'm going to read more about this, but really, as we don't play the victim, we're stepping into our powers. The tools that I gave tonight, I think, play to once you start doing stuff like that, you can't go. I mean, you could blame yourself, you could call yourself a dummy, and all that stuff. But the point is, something already happened. The exercises of doing all, the writing about your life and gratitudes, etc., the dreams, the synchronistic events, these are empowerment suggestions, empowerment tools that will in time happen naturally. And yet you don't take for granted because again, this is all going to spur going into doing meditation and setting up certain meditation and prayers, which I'll go over another time. Choose a natural solution whenever possible. So I think of this card as my herbalist card, and this is a goddess of the field where she took 300. I want to say it's 365 types of plants that you can use for medicinal healing, and that everything in nature comes together to really serve us. So choose a natural solution when possible. How does this help with that we are important? By doing the tools I suggested, again, it will be a bridge so that we're reminded to not freak out when our oil light goes on. And I really was, it's interesting, like I really wasn't nutty about it, and I really wasn't terribly worried, but I think what it triggered was my own, gosh, I just had a lot of work done on my car. Is more off with my car than I thought. But the fact is that the oil or that the situation had pretty much just happened, and that I took care of it as soon as I cognitively realized that I needed to take this into my hands and do something about it. It was there for me to pay attention to. Everything is connected to everything else. So we must choose a natural solution, which is like pay attention to the signs. We pay attention to the signs, and we'll always be supported. And I do feel very supported by the universe. And it's interesting, like wanting to move away, where I drove to a place, people knew me, took care of me. Went to the health food store, had a great conversation, just little things that I'm familiar with. And yet it will be time for me to go on a great new adventure and develop new associations. Be open to communication from an unexpected place. Number one, again, we had that earlier about diving into the self, knowing myself. Number one, straight as an arrow. So the tools that I offer tonight, and the cards basically will say that I think the tools, it's pointing to the tools, using tools, reminding you of different me too. Anything I say to you is things I need to remind myself and step up to or follow through and share with you. These are tools helping you with your expansion. These are tools acknowledging you and the importance of you. These are tools to have more fun by, more and fun, because you are powered by the stars. You are important. And these things just remind us. Like they set a tone for your expansion. They set a tone for being wise. They set a tone for not freaking out when your oil light comes on, or like, oh my God, they're thinking, well, okay, like what's up? Where I had just breathe, just another step. It's going to be okay. It's It's going to be okay. Like, as I shared today, people were nutty in their cars and I was so protected. I mean, like driving in such a way so close and fast and not giving you chances and like so like nutty. So I did not want to drive lift a lot because I thought, I know I'm protected. Things have been working out these past 4 rides or 8. I don't think whatever rides I gave, 5 rides, 6 rides, whatever. Not a lot. I didn't give over 10 rides at all. I was like, I think I need to be done. I wanted to get my feet wet and work a little bit, and I did. But the energy of people on highways, especially, and some in local traffic, it was cuckoo. It was just like dumbass cuckoo. Someone else they would have hit. But I'm so protected and so grateful about that. So be open to a communication from an unexpected place. This is a good one to read. I want to read this one for you because this is I think really going to be connected to what I brought up earlier. Listen carefully for answers and directions from the inner earth and star beings. They may have an assignment for you or something to share. So when you start to empower yourself through the importance of you and do some energy tools, such as some of this writing suggested and noticing dreams and events, there are going to be messages coming to you. They'll be from you, hearing yourself talk to yourself, which is your guides, or your high self, a special guide, and messages from our star family or from our inner earth family that some of us are from. And they'll give us more information about our particular, empowerment, but the importance of us and the assignment or the reason why we're here, or they'll have you have more fun with your assignment. Something will come to you. There will be something that gives you more answers and directions. So that's what I was trying to set up earlier, was these avenues of tools that you know about. You've probably put them away. Now's a good time to bring them out and be them. Now's a good time to do them. Now's a good time to fill up on them and walk in that embodiment, because you're going to notice a difference. I promise you, if you do it, even 2 days to 2 weeks. In fact, could you take any one of these tools I suggested, all 4 or 1 or 2, and do them for a month and see how you feel about yourself? I just even said, 2 days to probably 2 or 3 days to 2 weeks, because I think you'll feel a difference. I think you'll feel a change in you. Now, this one is such a loaded, beautiful card of tribal association and spirit. Gratitude, honor the sacred in every creation. Honor the sacred in every creation. So the corn maze goddess and all the different aspects of what that particular, I believe, tribe is about, but the plenty of the harvest, the manifestation of abundance in all the corn is different. And I feel like it speaks to us being different and yet in the same blanket on the same world. So let's just see. This is number 49. It's really it's a card that I really want to know more about. It has been a card since the beginning that I've had that I felt was so loaded with such meaning that I would like to understand it better. So she's over here somewhere. Identify with and personify the corn goddess. She represents the balance of nature as the young girl, the giver of life, and the wise woman. When you start to write about your life, there's going to be, like I said, a type of balance going on or an insight going on, because you're going to know something deeper about yourself, because it's cathartic and it's going to allow layers of stuff to come up. You're going to know more about you. You're going to find out, in a sense, how easy it was to give gratitude. You're going to find out in yourself how fun it was to notice the serendipitous events. You're going to either challenge yourself or come to terms with that which you really wanted to create that brings you joy. And it could be very simple. I mean, it really maybe you just want a new car. That seems like a lot of sense, but a new car or maybe a new wardrobe or that you want more family harmony. That might be a little bit more loaded. I think my family could always use more harmony. But it could be like coloring your hair. It could be answers on anything, but it's going to bring up stuff within you for your mastery. So this is about, and I forget Hachoil. I can't say the names. I have to look up the pronunciation again, but they're considered wolf people, and the name is pronounced two different ways. And so Sirius, the dog star, is in here. Sierra Madre Mountains is in. There's a lot of natural associations with this card. So I myself want to look it up more historically. But from here, gratitude honor the sacred in every creation, so that as you also write with those tools, it does honor you as important you, but the sacred in your every creation and the sacred in every creation that you are experiencing in your adventure. So all the cards come to 6. Oh gosh, this is going to be so good how this all fits together. So rid your life of negative energies. Connect to your higher self, higher guidance, embrace inner peace, self-love, self-care. And if you are in fear, the 6s are just a mirror of awareness and to say to yourself that you're looking for an issue to be revealed and led to a different solution, which is what will happen when you write your gratitudes and say them out loud as you're writing them, if you can, if it's appropriate. You can write down your dreams, the synchronicity, the serendipity events that happen. And you can write down about and talk about your great life in a way that doesn't challenge you to feel like it won't happen, but uplifts you and you have the feeling of the frequency of, yeah, and it's really on its way. I don't know how, but I feel it so clearly. Like I don't know how, but I feel like even more money is coming to me. I don't know how. And I'm not talking about like my paycheck that happens this week. I'm just more money and more money and paying for XYZ. I'm open and receptive to that abundant flow, and I'm going to play with it. Why shouldn't I accept that more money and goodness can happen? And what about you? Let yourself be open to that. You deserve it. You deserve the abundance, the rich field of all wealth, color, and health and fun that the universe has to offer, which is fun is a form of abundance, is a form of wealth. That can mean so much. The movies you might go to, the sports events that you might participate in, playing outside with frisbee at the ocean. I'm thinking of really light-hearted, really uplifting, heart-fulfilling little things to do like that. Let's see if there's an overall card from the tarot. I don't know if the cards that came up were a stretch, but it's interesting to note them. And let's just note them. Don't be the victim. Choose a natural solution when possible. Be open to a communication from an unexpected place. And gratitude, honor the sacred in every event. So I think the writing points, the suggestions point to not staying the victim. Choose a natural solution. You have more power than you know, and we can really feel more ease. And it's so funny too when I'm saying to the mechanic, I feel nervous or whatever. It wasn't that I felt nervous. I don't even know the word. It's just that maybe I was going to be disappointed or maybe I wasn't sure how to act, but there was a natural solution. And the mechanic presented what was happening, possibilities, what was happening to me, and to do something about it. and to how it all fit together. And he was really making a lovely story. In fact, at the very, very end, I called the mechanic back and said, yes, you were right. I needed at least 2.5. I put 2.5 quarts of oil in. My friend Mike did that for me. I was well taken care of. I was like, everything made so easy for me. And I said to the mechanic who's worked on my car recently the past 2 times, you're like the brother I never had. That's how I think about you. He laughed because I do think of him as a brother that I have never had. My own brother does not talk to me, and we don't have a strong, in now time physical relationship. So he's the fun brother that I've never had, and I like him. It's like he's married, and even if my mechanic weren't married, I don't think we should be boyfriend and girlfriend, but hanging out and having fun, I think he's so cool. Yeah, and he's smart. He's wicked smart. So maybe I could have dated him at one time or something, but mostly I just think of him as my cool type brother, and he's smart, and he's like the guy next door, and he really got into God in terms of just going to church, but now he's more into like galactic and being open to how all things are connected. So he's really a good guy. So what will the tarot tell us about the importance of us? Well, we kind of did that with that. That came out, but maybe just a last card to kind of cap stuff, I guess. Just looking for one, so I'm going to part the cards and pick. Let's see. Let's see what Page of Fire does. First, it's a very light card. It looks like a very fun card. Page of Fire. Fire is about change and cleansing. Fire is very strong. Fire's warmth. Let's see, you can see her. She's smiling. She's smiling. She kind of has a little bit of a mischievous glow. A knowing glow. And then there's all these little theories. There's a sort of a tiger in there as well. And there's all these ethereal animals and colors and really coolness. Page of Fire. Page of Fire. Let's see what the page has to say. So in terms of the tools, in terms of bringing to our awareness our mastery and the importance of you and more fun, this is the Page of Fire. Enthusiastic action, adventurous, venturing forth, beginning a new project, acting on a new idea. And in quotations, this is the body of the card. I am free to venture forth, for co-creating a life true to my desire is my right. I am free to venture forth, for co-creating a life true to my desire is my right. I am finding my purpose as I take the first step into something new. My ideas have value. I dream boldly. So in terms of writing your new cool life, in terms of being grateful, in terms of writing down your dream and serendipitous connections, and automatic writing as you have questions, doing these new things you may have not done in a while, or if you have done them, of course, to pick them up again and put a new twist on them, maybe get a fresh new book or a new paper pile, maybe add a sticker to each page that you write on, or a symbol just that you draw that feels really cool, so that as you're writing everything out, it draws you in for fun, for more fun, and empowers you that you understand the importance that you are. So this is to new adventures and new beginnings. I'm curious to know if you will start any of the tools I suggested, but as I said, I will be coming on and sharing exactly what I've done and sharing the little bits from each of those as to empower you and just be an example of, so it becomes more easy for you. And then another time we're going to go and talk about meditation, mantras, and what the cards have to say about that. So I hope that you found this really helpful. If you did find it helpful or think anyone else would be helped by it, please forward it to your special groups or Facebook, or turn someone on that may, need a card reading, or, something, energy healing, or even art. My little coyote heart loves you, and you are so powered by the stars. Let's activate the power within. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging in there with me.